Chapter 3381. Enter the soul void to kill it. To be safe, Lin Moyu enhanced Gu Hanyu's luck. Stronger luck could slightly increase Gu Hanyu's power. Lin Moyu could see that although Gu Hanyu said he could break open the ice vortex, he didn't actually have much confidence in saying this. Since that was the case, he would increase Gu Hanyu's chances of success. While enhancing Gu Hanyu's luck, Lin Moyu had already separated out the Luck Great Dao, closely following Gu Hanyu and waiting for an opportunity. Gu Hanyu charged forward, raising his battle blade high. Divine talismans flashed on the blade as an enormous aura burst out in all directions. This ancient and powerful battle blade was likely a Great Dao realm treasure. Once fully activated, its power was truly astonishing. The blade light crashed down with a boom, brighter than the glacier, flashing past like lightning. The ice vortex enveloping the Black Blood Fist Saint paused for a moment in the light, and a tiny crack appeared in the vortex. The crack was small, not much bigger than a fist. For the ice vortex connecting heaven and earth, such a tiny crack was almost negligible. But it was precisely this insignificant crack that allowed Lin Moyu to seize his chance. The closely following Luck Great Dao, carrying Lin Moyu's will, rushed into the crack and landed on the Black Blood Fist Saint's main body. This was Lin Moyu's first time using Great Dao enemy lock to lock onto the Black Blood Fist Saint. The moment he completed the lock, Lin Moyu immediately felt an indescribable aversion, countless times stronger than usual. In Lin Moyu's soul world, in his ears and mind, the Black Blood Fist Saint's angry roars constantly sounded. Each roar was like a thunderbolt from a clear sky, making Lin Moyu feel very uncomfortable. At this moment, deep in Lin Moyu's heart, a thought kept arising: rush over and kill it. Ignoring the ice vortex and any danger, his entire heart had only one word: kill. The Dragon Soul crystal emitted dragon roars. The world tree shook wildly, and clear spring-like water poured down, sobering Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu was rarely shocked in that instant just now. He had almost lost control of his Dao heart. He had always thought his Dao heart was as firm as a rock, unshakable. Unexpectedly, just one Great Dao enemy lock almost made him lose control. Lin Moyu firmly remembered that moment of experience, unforgettable for a lifetime. In that instant, he was closest to the Black Blood Fist Saint, as if seeing endless black blood surging over to engulf him. He knew the essence of the Black Blood Great Realm was an extremely powerful, evil, pitch-black blood. But he had never come into contact with it before. This was the first time. Lin Moyu realized he had still underestimated the opponent. The terrifying power of the Black Blood Great Realm far exceeded his imagination. But it was precisely because of this contact that Lin Moyu knew how to deal with the Black Blood Fist Saint's main body. After simulating in his mind, Lin Moyu felt his idea was feasible. The corners of his mouth turned up slightly.
Old Tree, I've thought of a way to kill him.
Old Tree asked.
What way?
Lin Moyu said.
I've already locked onto it through the Luck Great Dao, but this lock won't last long. It will soon be worn away by the ice vortex. Even if I use Great Dao Essence Fire, I can't burn it to death in such a short time. But at present, Great Dao Essence Fire seems to be the best way to kill it. So I was thinking, perhaps I could burn it directly from the soul void using Great Dao Essence Fire.
Old Tree's expression changed drastically.
What nonsense are you talking about?
Lin Moyu said.
I'm not talking nonsense. This is the best method I can think of. Old Tree, just tell me, is my method feasible or not?
Old Tree shook his head.
No, your method is too dangerous. The soul void is not a place for you to go now.
Lin Moyu smiled slightly.
So apart from being dangerous, it's actually possible.
Old Tree still shook his head.
No, you can't go.
At this time, Gu Hanyu flew back. He had heard their conversation.
Old Tree is right. The soul void is still too dangerous for you now. It's easy to get lost.
Lin Moyu said.
Although this junior doesn't understand the soul void that well, I know that the soul void reflects our positions in reality. We're so close to it, so we shouldn't be far apart in the soul void either. And with Great Tao enemy lock, I believe I can find it.
Old Tree still shook his head.
No, the soul void is too dangerous. You're only at 4th level Tao Venerable. Even with Great Tao Essence Fire, it's not enough. Moreover, you could easily get lost in the soul void. If that happens, you'll never be able to come back.
Gu Hanyu said.
Indeed, if you want to use this method to kill it, then forget it.
Lin Moyu said.
To be honest, this junior has actually been to the soul void several times. Once I even encountered a powerful being and made some enmity. The soul void isn't unfamiliar to this junior. I have some confidence. How about this? I'll go try. If it doesn't work, I'll immediately come back.
Seeing Lin Moyu's determined look, Gu Hanyu asked in a low voice.
You really want to go?
Lin Moyu made an affirmative sound.
This is the best way to kill it. Other methods aren't reliable.
Indeed, Lin Moyu was right. Other methods weren't very reliable. If they couldn't kill the Black Blood Fist Saint, they would be trapped here forever, and all their previous efforts would be wasted. Gu Hanyu said.
If you must go, then try to get as close to it as possible. This way, your distance in the soul void will also be shorter. You get closer, an old tree, and I will protect you. You can go with peace of mind.
Lin Moyu nodded and immediately walked towards the ice vortex. He could feel the power of the ice vortex. The huge force coming at him made each step difficult. At this time, Gu Hanyu and Old Tree came to his side. Their power formed 2 large umbrellas, completely blocking out the force of the ice vortex. Under their protection, Lin Moyu got as close as possible to the Black Blood Fist Saint. Through the ice vortex, he saw the blood light in the Black Blood Fist Saint's eyes, filled with endless killing intent and bloodthirst. Lin Moyu ignored its gaze, closed his eyes slightly, and sank his consciousness into his soul. The gate to his soul world opened, and Lin Moyu flew out. In the soul void, there was nothing, no markers to guide direction. The only connection was a faint link between his soul and his soul world. However, this connection was easily broken when the distance was too great. Once broken, it would be very difficult for the soul to find its way home in the vast void. Lin Moyu didn't move immediately, but instead drew an extremely complex rune. After the rune was completed, it split in half. He threw one half of the rune into his soul world and kept the other half with him. For a considerable period of time, the 2 halves of the rune would sense each other, able to guide Lin Moyu's way. After drawing the rune, he began to sense the Black Blood Fist Saint's location. The Luck Great Tao appeared, and Lin Moyu's luck kept rising. At the same time, the soul mark left on the Black Blood Fist Saint began to become clearer.
Found it!
With a thought, Lin Moyu turned into a shooting star and flew towards the opponent's location. Chapter 3382. Someone came looking. This wasn't Lin Moyu's first time in the soul void. Though he couldn't say he was familiar with it, at least it wasn't unfamiliar. Lin Moyu never did anything he wasn't confident about. The reason he chose this was because he had assurance in his heart. When he completed the Great Tao Lock earlier, Lin Moyu felt for the first time the darkness and terror from the Black Blood Great Realm. At the same time, he also felt that the distance between his soul and the Black Blood Fist Saint's soul wasn't far. This distance was the distance within the soul void, a distance he could reach. Lin Moyu flew straight towards the aura from the Great Tao Lock, while also carrying some curiosity.
Let me see, what does your soul really look like?
He had never seen what a Black Blood person's soul looked like before. For cultivators of the Origin continent, the appearance of their soul was the same as their physical body. But this didn't mean it was the same for people from the Black Blood Great Realm. The distance grew closer and closer. Finally, Lin Moyu saw a glimmer of blood light.
I've arrived!
With a thought, Lin Moyu stopped far away. He finally saw the soul of a Black Blood person. It had no form, wasn't black-clothed, but was just a ball of dark red fresh blood. The fresh blood emitted red light in the dim soul void. Outside the fresh blood was a thin, transparent bubble. The bubble looked very fragile, but was actually incredibly tough. Lin Moyu looked from afar, muttering to himself,
The people of the Black Blood Great Realm all evolved from a ball of fresh blood. Their souls themselves are a drop of fresh blood. Can it be considered that all people of the Black Blood Great Realm are avatars of that ball of blood? A ball of blood evolved into a powerful world. What kind of blood could be so terrifying?
Lin Moyu couldn't imagine that level of existence. But now he had his own task to do. He didn't get any closer, but released the world-burning fire from far away. The world-burning fire streaked across the soul void and landed on the Black Blood Fist Saint's soul. Ah! Screams echoed through the soul void. The black blood was enveloped by the world-burning fire. Cracks began to appear in the outer bubble. The world-burning fire directly burned the soul, its effect countless times better than outside. If it would take an hour to burn outside, perhaps just a few minutes would be enough here. The screams were unending, but Lin Moyu remained unmoved. Suddenly, Lin Moyu found himself locked onto by a will.
It's you. This saint will kill you.
An angry roar sounded as the black blood surged towards Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu retreated almost instinctively. He didn't need to fight the opponent now. He just needed to drag it out for a while and the world-burning fire would burn it to death. It chased very quickly, but Lin Moyu fled even faster. Moreover, Lin Moyu had a good sense of rhythm. He wasn't fleeing chaotically. He seemed to have no direction, no pattern, even appearing slightly panicked. In fact, Lin Moyu was always circling within an area. His connection to his soul world was never broken. Under the burning of the world-burning fire, the Black Blood Fist Saint grew weaker and weaker. Towards the end, its speed also slowed down. Could only keep screaming and wailing. Finally, after persisting for 10 minutes, the Black Blood Fist Saint's soul was finally burned to death, leaving behind a soul crystal in the soul void. The soul crystal was a bit small because the Black Blood Fist Saint's soul was actually only a bit over 30%, not a complete soul. However, the soul crystal's grade wasn't low. After all, it was the soul of a being equivalent to a 7th grade innate soul Great Tao Realm powerhouse. Putting away the soul crystal, Lin Moyu chuckled.
Time to go back.
Having successfully burned the Black Blood Fist Saint's soul to death, Lin Moyu wasn't complacent. He knew very clearly that the reason it went so smoothly was because the opponent's soul was only a bit over 30% of its peak state, in a severely injured condition. Its combat power on the soul level was probably not even 1,000th of its peak. If it had been a soul at peak condition, equivalent to a 7th grade innate soul at the Great Tao Realm, Lin Moyu would probably have been killed instantly. The only thing worth being happy about now was that the world-burning fire was indeed the best method for dealing with souls. However, although the world-burning fire was strong, it also depended on the relative realms of both sides. If the difference in realms was too great, the world-burning fire would still be useless. Only when the realms were similar would the world-burning fire be an invincible existence roaming the soul void. Walking back along his connection to his soul world, Lin Moyu pondered two strange things he had discovered. First, he could actually understand what the other side was saying. The Black Blood Fist Saint called itself
The Saint,
which should be a form of address in the Black Blood Great Realm. Second, when he saw the Black Blood Fist Saint's soul, he didn't feel any aversion. After a moment's thought, Lin Moyu knew why this was. The reason was actually very simple, because there was no great Tao of the origin continent in the soul void. On the origin continent, whether it was not understanding the other side's words or the strong feeling of aversion, it was actually all because of the great Tao. But in the soul void, the influence of the great Tao disappeared, so many things became different. After flying for a while, he saw his soul world in the distance. Suddenly, Lin Moyu stopped. Outside his soul world, a black shadow had appeared. This black shadow was very large, not smaller than his soul world. The faint light from the soul world fell on it, revealing its outline. A huge python was coiling around his soul world. Lin Moyu frowned slightly.
What's this?
At the moment he left his soul world, there had been a brief leak of his soul world's aura. This was unavoidable. Just those few seconds of leakage had attracted a powerful being from the soul void. Lin Moyu felt that things couldn't be this coincidental. There were probably other reasons. As he was pondering, the python's tail suddenly slammed onto the soul world. The soul world rumbled non-stop, sending a warning to Lin Moyu's soul. Then countless vines burst out from the soul world, weaving into a large net and covering the python. The python was caught in the net. It struggled and thrashed wildly, biting at the net repeatedly, trying to tear it apart. With Lin Moyu absent, the World Tree took the initiative to counterattack. Not just the World Tree. A gate opened in the Soul World and the Dragon Soul Crystal rushed out fiercely. The 11-colored Dragon Soul Crystal transformed into a huge divine dragon, immediately biting towards the python. The divine dragon transformed from the Dragon Soul Crystal wasn't much smaller than the python. With one bite, it tore open the python's skin and flesh. The World Tree coordinated with the Dragon Soul Crystal, firmly restricting the python's movements. The Dragon Soul Crystal bit down again and again, leaving the python covered in wounds. The python screamed and struggled even more frantically. With a boom, it broke free from the World Tree's restraints and grappled with the Dragon Soul Crystal. Lin Moyu could already see that although this python was huge, it wasn't actually very powerful. Its realm should be around 7th level Dao Venerable. Knowing the opponent's strength, Lin Moyu didn't intervene much. It was a good chance to see how powerful the World Tree and Dragon Soul Crystal were.
Why do I feel there's a familiar aura on this python?
Lin Moyu searched through his memories and quickly found the corresponding target. It was the one who had injured Dragon Prosperity and attached to Dragon Prosperity's soul. Clearly, this python was related to that being.
Sure enough, they wouldn't let me off so easily. Before I even went to the Soul Void, they already sent someone to find me. The Soul Void is vast and boundless. It shouldn't be easy to find me, right?
Lin Moyu knew the other side would definitely send people to find him, but it would be difficult to actually find him. The Soul Void was incredibly vast. This time, he had leaked some aura because he needed to kill the Black Blood Fist Saint. Otherwise, the other side wouldn't have been able to find him.
Looks like I'll have to be more careful in the future.
Lin Moyu muttered to himself as he flicked his finger, sending out a line of world-burning fire. Chapter 3383. Who exactly is that guy? The giant python looked big enough, but its combat power was actually average. The world-burning fire burned it to ashes very quickly, turning it into a soul crystal. In terms of soul crystal quality, it was far inferior to the one refined from the Black Blood Fist Saint.
This should be cannon fodder.
Lin Moyu thought to himself. That being in the Soul Void had sent out many people to find him, but most were probably just cannon fodder. Suddenly, Lin Moyu's expression changed slightly.
No, that's not right. It left a trace of its aura in the python's soul. Now that I've killed the python, it means this aura will dissipate, and it can use the aura to locate me. The location of my soul world has been exposed. This is bad.
Regardless of whether his thoughts were correct or not, Lin Moyu very decisively moved his soul world's location. The soul world's position in the soul void had a corresponding relationship with its position in the real world, but it wasn't unchangeable. As the physical body's position changed in the real world, the soul world's position in the soul void would also change accordingly. However, changes in the soul world's position wouldn't affect the physical body's location in the real world. But moving the soul world wasn't so easy. The Dragon Soul Crystal transformed into a divine dragon, working together with Lin Moyu's soul to push the soul world to move. The World Tree also helped, extending countless branches that turned into a pair of large hands, pushing the soul world. With the three working together, the soul world slowly changed position. As it moved, the soul world, which had been glowing, gradually dimmed and finally disappeared completely in the soul void. The soul void was a very peculiar space. Though it seemed vast and boundless, the range of vision was extremely limited. The area one could see was very small. Even with a soul world right in front, if one wasn't close enough, it couldn't be seen. At the place where the soul world had been, Lin Moyu left a skeleton. Not long after Lin Moyu moved the soul world, The skeleton general suddenly shattered silently. At the moment the skeleton general shattered, Lin Moyu saw through its vision an incredibly vigorous and powerful soul flame. In the endless glacier, the ice vortex suppressing the Black Blood Fist Saint suddenly began to weaken, then disappeared. The Black Blood Fist Saint's body also collapsed at the same time, turning into a pool of black-red blood. The blood was its remains. The powerhouses of the Black Blood Great Realm evolved from fresh blood, and after death they would turn back into black blood. Old Tree's face showed delight as he excitedly called out.
It succeeded.
Gu Hanyu nodded.
It seems to have succeeded. Young friend Lin's methods are truly extraordinary.
They were both familiar with the Soul Void and knew how difficult it was to kill someone there. Lin Moyu being able to erase the Black Blood Fist Saint in the Soul Void showed his superior skills. Now that the ice vortex had dispersed, the two of them also relaxed. Time passed minute by minute, but Lin Moyu still hadn't woken up, causing the two to start worrying again. Old Tree muttered,
It's been quite some time. He should be back by now. Young friend Lin hasn't gotten lost in the Soul Void, has he? That would be troublesome. Old Gu, should I go look in the Soul Void? Our soul worlds shouldn't be too far apart.
Gu Hanyu said,
It's no use even if you go, unless your luck is explosive.
Old Tree said,
I know the chances of finding young friend Lin in the vast void are very low, but if we don't go look, it's really hard to accept. We can't just watch young friend Lin get lost in the Soul Void like this.
Gu Hanyu said,
We can't be certain if he's lost yet. Perhaps something is delaying him.
Old Tree knew there was no use in being anxious. Whether Lin Moyu was lost or not couldn't be determined yet. The best thing to do was to wait. After waiting for half a day, Old Tree's patience seemed to have worn out.
No, I still need to go in and look.
At this point, Gu Hanyu also realized something was wrong.
Let me go instead. My soul is a bit stronger than yours, so I can search a larger area.
This time, Old Tree didn't argue.
All right, you go then. Be careful.
Just as Gu Hanyu was about to enter his soul world, he suddenly looked down at Lin Moyu. Old Tree also looked at Lin Moyu almost at the same time. The aura on Lin Moyu's body had changed, quickly becoming intense from its previous faint state. His soul had returned. Lin Moyu slowly opened his eyes.
Sorry to keep the two elders waiting for so long. Fortunately, I didn't fail the mission.
Old Tree's expression changed as if he had switched faces. His worry was swept away, replaced by a smile.
It's good that young friend Lin is all right. This bit of time was just enough for this old man to yawn.
Gu Hanyu asked at this point,
What happened in the Soul Void? Why did it take so long?
Lin Moyu said,
This junior once offended a powerful being in the Soul Void. It sent out many people to search for this junior's soul world. This time it almost found me, so this junior had to move the soul world's location.
Gu Hanyu frowned.
Tell us in detail. All right.
Lin Moyu had wanted to tell them for a while. Gu Hanyu and Old Tree's understanding of the Soul Void was certainly far beyond his own. Telling them about the situation might get him some useful advice. Lin Moyu explained very thoroughly, recounting the entire process in detail. He even included how he had left the skeleton general behind just now, thus confirming that the other side could really find him. After Lin Moyu finished speaking, Old Tree urgently asked,
Are you sure that being's face was like a lion and like a tiger?
Lin Moyu pointed his finger, and light intertwined to form a projection. The projection showed the face he had seen that day in the Soul Void. Old Tree and Gu Hanyu exchanged a glance. From their eyes, Lin Moyu could see their gravity. Gu Hanyu said,
You should move your soul world further away, as far as possible.
Lin Moyu said,
My soul world isn't staying still now, it's still moving. And I've completely suppressed my soul world's aura, so it shouldn't be easy to discover.
Old Tree said,
You still need to be careful. That guy is very petty. Once you've offended it, it won't let you off easily.
Lin Moyu asked,
Who exactly is that guy?
Old Tree said,
Due to the rules, we can't tell you too specifically, but we can say that that being is very powerful. Even with your great Tao essence fire, you're no match for it.
Lin Moyu of course understood he was no match for it. He also knew Old Tree probably had some concerns and couldn't say many things. When he had talked about the soul void with the Beast Emperor before, the Beast Emperor had also been hesitant and vague, clearly restricted. Lin Moyu said,
Could Old Tree please tell this junior what you can say?
Old Tree was just about to say something when Gu Hanyu cut in.
Actually, we can't say much. The situation in the soul void is far more complex than you imagine. You'll only understand the specifics when you reach the Great Tao realm and go to the outer Great Tao. What we can tell you now is that that being is very strong. Its soul is almost at the level of a 4th grade innate soul. Even though you possess Great Tao Essence Fire, it's best not to encounter it before your soul reaches the level of a 7th grade innate soul. Moreover, it's not the strongest. There are even more powerful beings behind it. Move your soul world far away. As long as it's far enough, it will be very difficult for it to find you.
Chapter 3384. Another way to erase Great Tao rewards. Afraid Old Tree might say something wrong and reveal information he shouldn't. Gu Hanyu rushed to explain things to Lin Moyu. His explanation could be said to be watertight. Lin Moyu couldn't get any more information from his words. Gu Hanyu's personality was more cautious than Old Tree's. Lin Moyu could only express understanding about this, and wouldn't force them to say more. From Gu Hanyu's words, 2 points could be summarized. First, the situation in the soul void was incredibly complex, not as simple as Lin Moyu had imagined. Second, that being was not something Lin Moyu could provoke. It was powerful itself, and there were even stronger existences behind it. So Lin Moyu could only flee, and the further he fled the better. As for where to flee, no one could say clearly whether fleeing further away or closer was better. They could only rely on luck. Fortunately, Lin Moyu's luck had always been good, and he also had the luck Great Tao to enhance his luck. Lin Moyu believed the direction he fled wouldn't be wrong. Lin Moyu suddenly asked curiously,
Why hasn't the Great Tao reward descended?
Old Tree chuckled.
Because there's still one last step.
He pointed to the glacier not far away. Lin Moyu saw a small pool of black-red fresh blood on the glacier, from which he could still sense considerable power. He knew this was the corpse left behind by the Black Blood Fist Saint. Gu Hanyu said,
This is Black Blood Corpse. It has corrosive properties and is not tolerated by the Great Tao. To obtain the Great Tao reward, you need to erase it.
Old Tree said,
We deliberately left this for you. You killed all the previous Black Blood remnant souls, so if you erase this final Black Blood corpse, you'll get the most benefits from the Great Tao reward.
Lin Moyu sensed Old Tree and Gu Hanyu's good intentions. They could have erased the Black Blood corpse themselves, but if they did, Lin Moyu would receive less of the Great Tao reward. So they had been waiting for Lin Moyu to take action, wanting to give as much of the Great Tao reward to him as possible. Erasing the Black Blood corpse was simple. Just burning it with the world-burning fire would do. Lin Moyu was about to take action when suddenly a thought occurred to him, and he didn't release the world-burning fire. The Black Blood corpse came from the Black Blood Great Realm and wasn't tolerated by the Great Tao of the Origin Continent, so it needed to be erased. But there were many ways to erase it. The world-burning fire was just one of them. In fact, just removing the Black Blood corpse from the Origin Continent would count as erasing it. This gave Lin Moyu another idea. Could he put the Black Blood corpse into his storage space? After all, this was the Black Blood Fist Saint's corpse. If used for corpse explosion, the effect should be quite astonishing. Even if it was somewhat damaged, its power in life wasn't weak. It should be able to kill an ordinary Great Tao realm being when exploded. If successful, he would have another trump card. Thinking of this, Lin Moyu acted. With a thought, he found a place in his storage space and then put the Black Blood corpse inside. The Black Blood corpse went in very smoothly. The storage space wasn't corroded either. The whole process was no different from him storing an ordinary item. However, Old Tree and Gu Hanyu's eyes simultaneously showed surprise. They knew very well that the black blood corpse wasn't an ordinary item. Normal storage treasures couldn't possibly contain it. Clearly, Lin Moyu had an extremely powerful storage treasure. But even with a storage treasure, how could this count as erasing the black blood corpse? They shouldn't be able to obtain the Great Tao reward this way. Old Tree was about to say something when suddenly a beam of light came from beyond the sky, falling onto Old Tree.
Great Tao reward!
Old Tree exclaimed in shock, his face full of astonishment. Not just him, Gu Hanyu's face was also full of shock. The black blood corpse clearly hadn't been erased, yet the Great Tao reward had descended. They understood the implications of this all too well. For this to happen meant that Lin Moyu's storage treasure could shield against the Great Tao.
A storage treasure beyond the Great Tao realm.
The same thought occurred to both of them. Only a treasure surpassing the Great Tao realm could possibly shield against the Great Tao. They could never have imagined that Lin Moyu would have a treasure above the Great Tao realm. But reality was just so, whether they could imagine it or not, it had happened. A second beam of light fell, landing on Gu Hanyu. Gu Hanyu's light was more intense than Old Tree's, meaning Gu Hanyu would receive more rewards, as he had contributed more. Both closed their eyes, enjoying the Great Tao reward. As for what rewards they would choose, only they knew. The final beam of light fell down. This light was dazzlingly strong, shining directly onto Lin Moyu, illuminating even the endless glacier somewhat. As the Great Tao reward descended, Lin Moyu immediately began condensing Tao patterns with all his might. This Great Tao reward was stronger than all previous ones, because the Black Blood Fist Saint they had killed this time had reached the 7th Saint level, equivalent to a 7th grade innate soul Great Tao realm being. The Outer Realm Divine Gods killed before were only equivalent to 9th grade innate soul Great Tao realm beings. The two couldn't be compared. Moreover, Lin Moyu had contributed the most, so he would get at least 70% of the Great Tao reward. In the intense Great Tao reward, Tao patterns rapidly took shape. In less than 10 minutes, the 86th Tao pattern had formed. Then, the 87th Tao pattern, the 88th Tao pattern all quickly took shape. Under the Great Tao reward, Tao patterns were forming at a rate of 1 every 10 minutes, extremely efficient. Lin Moyu had obtained countless opportunities. The Tao patterns that others took hundreds of years to condense one of, he had already increased to condensing 1 per year. But even so, Lin Moyu still wasn't satisfied. He still tried every means to increase the speed of Tao pattern condensation. The Great Tao reward was naturally the best method. This condensation speed was unimaginable for ordinary cultivators. Old Tree and Gu Hanyu opened their eyes one after the other as their Great Tao rewards ended. They both looked at Lin Moyu, who was still in the midst of receiving his Great Tao reward. Old Tree said in a low voice,
"Such dense Great Tao light. This reward is very strong. I wonder what reward young friend Lin wants."
Gu Hanyu pondered.
"It should be cultivation."
But Old Tree didn't think so.
Young friend Lin is only a bit over 3,000 years old yet has reached this level. His cultivation speed must be very fast. He shouldn't need the Great Tao reward to improve. Why not use the Great Tao reward to exchange for some good things that can't be obtained otherwise?
Gu Hanyu said.
How do you know his fast cultivation speed before wasn't because of Great Tao rewards?
Old Tree was suddenly dumbfounded.
How did this old man not think of that? Young friend Lin said he had dealt with the Black Blood Great Realm before. Doesn't that mean he had killed beings from the Black Blood Great Realm before and obtained Great Tao rewards?
Gu Hanyu said.
We'll know if we ask him later.
Old Tree nodded and looked at Gu Hanyu.
Old Gu, what reward did you choose this time?
Gu Hanyu said.
I chose a portion of Great Tao Cold Essence.
Old Tree grinned.
This old man was similar. I chose a portion of Great Tao Water King.
Clearly both were very satisfied with their Great Tao rewards. There was no envy or jealousy in their eyes, just calmness. Lin Moyu bathed in the Great Tao light, the aura on his body fluctuating continuously like waves, one after another. A moment later, the waves suddenly gathered together, turning into a huge tidal wave. Lin Moyu's aura suddenly surged, breaking through the limits of 4th level Dao Venerable and rushing towards a higher level. Old Tree was surprised.
His realm is increasing. Young friend Lin really is cultivating.